Let's go! Let's go!
Towards. Come on, that's insane.
If VAR was used there, that's a goal.
Personally, I think we should let the referee make his own decision and not listen. Like serious views. Referee is refereeing a game. Or do you need someone else telling him someone else what decision is to be?
No, I think if that's the way you look at it, it kind of just doesn't work properly, because then you're not actually getting the fair result, are you? Because if that's a goal, then that.
Since the implementation of VAR, it has consistently affected the tides of certain games from the consequential refereeing decisions. Out of the 380 Premier League games a season, 250 games had VAR technology active in the 2019 to 2020 season. Within these 250 games, VAR was utilised 243 times, resulting in 74 changes of the outcome, which is equivalent to almost a third of the outcomes being overturned. The most influential use of VAR has been in distinguishing whether a goal should stand or be disallowed. Out of the 78 goals awarded initially, 50% were deemed illegal and thus overturned. Another noticeable use is the number of red cards overturned following VAR. In the 3 instances where a red card had been initially given, VAR has corrected the unfair decision, as the disadvantage of one less player is quite influential.
How about the amount of time it takes to make a decision? I know in the Premier League last season it took an average of 84 seconds per decision. Is that not too long?
It might be too long, but it sort of keeps decisions right. And if VR is used, then what I've read is 97% of decisions are right, and then you can't really complain if a decision right or wrong, because it is.
From these statistics, we can see that the majority of the time, VAR is not needed and the decision relies on the intuition of the referee on the field. However, when VAR is needed in the game, it is mainly needed for penalties or goals and card situations, and rarely needed on a mistaken identity. As shown by the stats, an on-field incident review takes on average around 68 seconds to make a decision about the incident, and the intervention takes around 55 seconds on average. It takes a lot longer for decisions such as substitutions, corner kicks, free kicks, throw-ins, and goal kicks on average, as you can see from the graphs.
Honestly, personally, I just feel like football fans in general just love to have someone to mock when it comes to football. I mean, before VR came, we always spoke about referees getting decisions wrong and everything. But now that doesn't happen anymore. Fans are now worried about VR. Let's not forget the fact that 94% of decisions that VR is taking are not right. So that's a massive improvement.
Fans think of that. A survey over 1,400 people was taken, of which 60% said the system works badly or very badly, and only 27% thought the system works well. 74% actually suggested improvements should be made to VAR. For example, referees going to the screens, hearing the conversation on our TVs, introducing a time limit to not interrupt the flow of the game, and seeing exactly what the officials see on their VAR monitors at home.
In some ways it's good for the fans, it kind of builds up a bit of it's a bit of anticipation just coming towards it, isn't it?
Yeah. How about the mood kill though? So when your team scores and then celebrating, and then 30 seconds later you're heartbroken, you've lost.
So that's football, and I feel like the only way you can keep it sort of in a way where it's fair, because if the decision goes for you, without VAR, then okay, you're a bit lucky. You might get annoyed that it doesn't go for you when you actually look through the video. Obviously, the custom part of the VAR, but it's the right result at the end.
So after listening to your points, I am willing to accept that getting the correct decision is probably the best way to go about.
Here we see an overview of what the 2019-20 Premier League season table would look like if VAR was not being in use. Liverpool, the current league champions, and Manchester City would have stayed in the same position. Wolves would have made the Champions League spot if VAR wasn't introduced, so you can imagine the fans are really hating on VAR right now because of that. Whereas Manchester United reversed VAR because they would have been outside the top 4 if VAR wasn't implemented in the first place. And as you can see, the bottom 3 would have stayed the same.
I support VAR.
I think I'll rather sit on the fence, to be honest.
Overall, I'll support VAR as long as improvements are made to the system.
Overall, I think that VAR should not be used in football games, and the game should solely rely on the referee's decision.
I support VAR.